Hello everyone, my name is Andrea Cook, and this is a video presentation to the board of how we performed in the simulator, our goals, what worked and what didn't work, our recommendations, and how we were able to overcome our crisis. At the beginning of my employment, the CMO shared some goals with me, and one of them was the weekly budget, and that budget needs to go into two categories: 25% on content, 75% on promotion. We needed to use 100% of that budget to be able to reach our goals and set the platforms that works for the company. He wants us to work on brand awareness, followers, loyal customers, engagements, and our final goal is increased sales. Another recommendation that he did was that I need to be very competitive in the simulator to be able to outperform my peers. Plans and goals for Buhi. Our plan is to be able to be the #1 brand for those who travel, go to work, go to vacation, go to hike, and go to school, to be able to be the #1 brand that they think about when it comes to buy this type of accessories. Our goal is to increase our budget by 30% by the next year, increase our followers, engagement, loyal customers, and awareness, position our brand to be the #1 in the search and in any social media platform. Our brand value, we need to increase our content to be able, the organic content to be able to be to share what the human side of our company in Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. 30%, we want to increase of awareness 30% on TikTok, because many of our travel audience goes to TikTok to look for bags to purchase. Our goals, as well as in our revenue, we were able to set up a calendar where we can find the highest traffic to certain hours and days. The days that work for us is a Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and the times 8 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m., and 7 a.m. We want to increase our revenue by 200 by the end of the calendar year using Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Our operational value, we need to create organic, pay, and mixed content to increase, to be able to increase our audience on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Our cultural value, we want to encourage our employees to be on our social media platform, sharing our behind the scenes, sharing sneak peeks, launches, promotional sales, or any giveaway for the company. Also, we want to be able to share a human size and how we treat our employees at Buhi. The strategy that worked on the simulator was to be able to create a lot of content, organic and paid content. Both of them worked really well. Another content that works really well was when we did sales and promotions. We were able to increase our revenue doing that. The platform that really worked really well was Instagram. The second one was Facebook. The third one was TikTok, and the last one was YouTube. The content that didn't work for us was working with influencers, and the best content that worked was organic and paid. A mix of those two. We were able to share the human side of the company, but we also were able to increase our revenues. One recommendation moving forward, we need to increase our budget to be able to reach out to more platforms, to be able to make content across all those platforms, to be able to reach out those audience that were lost doing this simulator. And so the audience that we need to reach out more is our younger audience in our target audience for Buhi. Our Taylor Swift crisis, we were able to overcome our crisis by #1, giving a statement. Second one, we were able to change our calendar for that month and focus only on the crisis and solve the issue. Third one, we were able to share with our audience the findings, being able to be transparent. We were able to fire our outsourced company in China, and we were also able to send the authorities over there because our values as a company doesn't match with their values. We were able to fix the issue, and we were able to move forward. The channels that we used to solve this issue that were affected the most was Instagram and Facebook. We were able to launch a new line for and the name of these people who has been enslaved and being treated unfairly in this type of work environment. And 100% of those profits are going to be donated to a nonprofit company that help this type of these people that have been affected by unfair employers. Or in our simulator, this is an overview of how we were able to perform, and we were able to increase engagement, conversation, likes we need to work on, followers we need to work a little bit more, our shares and on impressions were really well. We outperformed that. Our social media investment was only 60,000 during the 12th week. We were able to invest in social media organic at 20%, and paid 10%, and meets and pay organic 45%, and our influencers at 25%. Our revenue or return on investments was very high on paid and organic by 1,263%. Our total revenue was 471,874.85. The influencer didn't work really well, didn't give us the return on the investment that we were hoping for. Our analysis budget, we need to increase it by 30%, so 6,500 weekly, because as we mentioned before, our ROI were excellent, and if we increase our budget, we will be able to increase revenue and work on the things that didn't perform very well, that were lies and our followers. And we need to be able to reach out to more channels, to reach out to more people that can become loyal customers. And as mentioned before, our a fast recovery on investments is going to be easier and faster if we increase our budget. And in conclusion, considering the previous information and after 12 weeks of working with the simulator, it is crucial to increase our budget further to reach out a large audience and expand our social media platforms beyond the current ones. The reports indicate a high ROI, but there are some areas within these platforms that require improvement to establish a strong social media presence and connect with more people. Thank you, and I appreciate your time.